Hello, this is Salvatore Vinciguerra. Welcome to the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States, located in St. Augustine, Florida. Juan Genelope moved to St. Augustine from New Smyrna and purchased this red cedar and cypress building as his homestead in the late 1700s. Considered a leader among the group of Minorcans who settled near the city gates of St. Augustine, Juan Genelope felt it was important for the Minorcan children to learn English. The Minorcans were a group of people that came to St. Augustine from the failed colony of New Smyrna in 1777. Minorcans were made up of predominantly of people who were from the island of Minorca, which is off the coast of Spain. There were also Greeks, Italians, Cretians, Corsicans, and other adventurers looking for a new life in the New World. Their descendants still live in St. Augustine today. Years later, Juan Genelope's dream came true. His daughter, Mary Darling, became a teacher to many of the Minorcan children in the 1800s. Visitors should understand that the exact date of the construction of the building is unknown, but it first appears in tax records of the city of St. Augustine in 1716. There are no extant wooden buildings in St. Augustine built prior to 1702, when the British burned the city. The schoolhouse is also significant because it is the first schoolhouse in the United States of America where we have both boys and girls learning in the same classroom together since 1788. Now let's learn a little bit more about the schoolhouse from the teacher.
Mid-1800s. I say that because this is how the nation's oldest wooden schoolhouse looked at that time, and our clothing is of that period.
We was dressed this way in 1931 by graduates of the class of 1864 during the class reunion.
That's right, Johnny. They also decorated this little school the way they remembered it when they were here. As a matter of fact, on the back wall, there are some photographs of the class taken at that reunion and the class roll. The school itself was built sometime before 1763.
During the first Spanish period.
Very good, Johnny. The school is built of cypress and cedar with handmade nails and wooden pegs. This is the oldest wooden structure in St. Augustine, and it has never been reconstructed.
The first pupils were Minorcan. They came here to learn English. Now we learn arithmetic and other stuff as well as reading and writing.
Some boys and girls learn their arithmetic, Johnny. Johnny did not do his homework. He hasn't learned his 6 times multiplication table, and that's why he's wearing the dunce cap.
But Professor, I had to chop wood last night to bring to school.
I see.
It costs 12.5 cents a day for us to get our learning. If our parents don't have money, we bring wood for the fire or food for the professor and his family.
And what do we call that kind of arrangement, Johnny?
Barter system?
That's correct. Well, you do know your economics. However, you'll wear that dunce cap until you learn your 6 times table.
Boy, at this school taught fishing, I'd make an A easy.
Young man, this is no laughing matter. Hold your tongue or you know where you'll go.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Sometimes the children are unruly in class. Then they must spend time under the stairway there until they decide to behave. We call it the dungeon. The stairs themselves are too old and narrow to allow visitors to go up safely, but there is a mirror so you can see how my wife and I live. While I strive to educate the children, my wife keeps busy with her duties upstairs in our living quarters or in the kitchen outside. She also takes care of the garden, which we hope you will visit. Well, you can now consider yourselves graduates of the old schoolhouse. Be sure to pick up your diploma as you leave.
Can I get a diploma too, Professor?
Well, I think you have a few years of school left, Johnny, but perhaps you can move up to work with the older, more advanced students soon and have your own quill pen.
Wow!
Thank you for coming to visit. Don't forget your diploma.
The living quarters for the family that ran the school would have lived upstairs, and you can see right here underneath the stairwell is where an unruly student would have been kept if they were very bad in school. Can you imagine the teacher closing the door on the student inside of this very small room with the lights out? Now let's take a look at the artifact showcase located inside of the schoolhouse building. Some of these artifacts date back to the 1500s. while some of these artifacts are from when the school was actually in session in the 17 and 1800s. This is the meditation room or outhouse, and this is where students would go to think a little bit more about their educational studies in the 17 and 1800s. Right outside of the schoolhouse is the detached kitchen, and this is where food was made for the family to eat. Kitchens were commonly detached in those times to keep the house cool during the hot summer months and to prevent a fire that would start in the kitchen from spreading to the main house. Don't forget to walk through the garden, which is located in back of the old schoolhouse. Many of these statues have been dedicated to famous educators. Just walking through this garden gives you a sense of what it would have been like when the Genelope family lived here back in the 1700s. The hours of operation of the oldest wooden schoolhouse are Sunday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Admission for adults is $5. Students ages 6 through 12, $4, and children under the ages of 5 get in for free. This is Salvatore Vinciguerra. Thank you for watching this video on the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States, located in St. Augustine, Florida. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel, and have a great day. Thank you.